Welcome back to my Lemmings United level solving commentary, and today we are going to continue with the war rank, starting off with War 11, Hellraisers. This one had a couple of minor fixes, mostly by swapping skills. Yeah, as you can see with 3 different replays that I have here. I'd say this one was a pretty nice one. I really love this one. Alrighty, so I sent out a climber from the pit here. Okay, and then I proceed to platform across this gap. Okay, that causes him to turn around. And then to release another worker, yeah, I bash, so that it creates a pit deep enough to turn one of the lemmings from the hatch around. Okay, the climber will proceed to climb up the right side of the level, while the worker lemming that just turned around in the basher tunnel will go ahead to platform across this gap. I think it's platform. Yes, he does platform, but what was that skill summon? Oh, I assigned the climber a floater as well, so now he is a climber floater athlete. Okay, he'll proceed to fall down into the pit here, and then climb up. Well, for the time being, he is contained. Okay, the platformer that just finished turns back around as well, and then we do the same thing again. He's going to go ahead and bash to make a basher tunnel deep enough to turn one of the lemmings from the entrance around, like that. And he finishes just in time before another lemming turns around. So really, this is just all about releasing workers one at a time from the entrance. Okay, and then he'll proceed to platform across this gap. Okay, and we do it again. Bash, so that it creates a basher tunnel deep enough to turn the lemming from the entrance around. And again, he'll finish before the next lemming turns around. Ready? More time skipping here. Okay, this one we don't use platform, we need to build up to get up here. As platform just goes perfectly horizontal. Okay, he'll turn around. So I believe this might be it. Oh, no. So here I bash so that I release the entire crowd. Okay. So once the crowd gets up here, we bash so that it turns everybody around. Okay, and with one of the lemmings in the mess, I start building up to the right to get to this platform up here. And this is important because here's the snake trap just at the very end of this platform. And we don't want anyone dying to it except for the basher. Okay, once the builder is finished, we bash out to the right underneath these traps. Okay, and a lot of this is just long waiting, so... Oh, and I did something in the meantime. Oh, okay, so with the lemming that's trapped over here, I start platforming across, so that when the crowd arrives, they will fall down safely while splatting. So it's just a platform for them. Okay, he'll continue to go around in this area, safely contained. Okay, now that this basher is done, he builds up so that we can get to this area. Okay, and as you can see, everybody turns around just before the basher finishes. And like I said, we want that to happen because we don't want anyone to die except for that basher. Okay, that basher that just finished is the only casualty that we are allowed in this level. Okay, so everyone will be coming into and fall into this pit here, while the last lemming in the crowd will platform across to get to this platform up here. Okay, one platformer just suffices. Although I technically could have platformed at the edge as well here. Yeah, but if I do that, I will have to bash immediately when he closes off the gap. Because we do not want him turning back around. Or else he'll just walk into the snake trap here. Okay, so we proceed to bash underneath all these traps. Okay, as well as the snake trap here. Okay, you turn on CPM, you see that the trigger for the snake trap is right here. So therefore, I bash underneath that tree so that he doesn't get killed. Okay, and then once he's done, give him a floater, and platform across this gap. Okay, and then finally, all there's left to do is to platform across this gap, and then bash the crowd out through this one-way wall. Okay, and we need to do this in such a way so that this platform does not turn around. And that's it. Very, very nice level here. Okay, and this comment that was trapped here before, yeah, he'll eventually come back down here and walk to the exit like the others. Very, very nice level here. I absolutely loved it. Alrighty, Ward 12. The commune is Zugspritz. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I butchered that pronouncement, so Ichel can correct me there. But from what I understand, it is a mountain in the Germany region. I'm not really much of a geography buff, so I don't know too much about it. Let's go. Alright, this one was a little bit tricky. Okay, so immediately at the start, I max out the release rate, and with the second lemming in the crowd, I make him a climber. Okay, the crowd down here is safely contained by these obstacles on both sides, so they're not in any danger. Okay, and there's an ice machine trap here, so we just need to assign him a glider after he falls for a bit, because if you assign him a glider before he falls down, he's just going to fall straight into the ice machine trap, and we don't want that, because this guy needs to be our worker lemming to get the others up. Okay, and this minor assignment is super precise because there's only one spot that will work. Okay, so we need to mine in such a way so that the others can step out later. And also that he can get into this area here. Yeah, because we need to mine again so that we can build up to this minor tunnel. Okay, and then again with the climber glider, I built to get to this minor tunnel that was just made. Okay, and then I platform across when I get up here. Okay, so the rest of the level is just a matter of timing. Okay, we need to do things in such a way so that none of the crowd splats, since we need to save everyone here. So we need to give this worker lemming as much time as possible to finish these gaps. So when we get here, we platform across. Okay, and then when we get here, we platform across again. Okay, same thing here, platform across. And this makes it in such a way that the lemmings will safely fall down here. Okay, and everybody needs to fall down here, except for the worker lemming. Okay, and then they'll turn around and fall down here, which is again, this is a safe drop. And then they'll safely drop down here. And then they're going to make their way back up again, giving this worker lemming more than enough time to finish off the remaining gaps. So here we platform across as well. And then finally, with the last builder, we build up here. Now all that's left to do is to bash. And then that is it. Pretty nice level here too. But like I said, yeah, this minor tunnel down there, that assignment is very, very precise. Because there's only one position that will work, so that there is a tiny hole in which he can get into that area to mine down to the crowd. But other than that, it's not too hard of a level. Alrighty, Ward 13, Climbers to the Swamp. Okay, this on the other hand was a stomping point, at least until I realized what needed to be done. Alrighty, so here we start off with two pre-placed lemmings who are both climbers. And we also had two entrances, and then a couple of pickups that we... several pickups that we need to get to. Let's go! Okay. I would probably say the most difficult part is the beginning part here. But we'll get to that in a bit. Okay, so with one of the pre-placed lemmings, the second one, the one further to the left. Okay, we start building when he's at the edge here. Okay, and this is very important. as we will see in a moment. Okay, it leaves a tiny gap, so he doesn't completely seal the gap with that one builder. But at the very edge of the builder staircase, we give the lemming a blocker. Okay, the other pre-placed lemming will climb up this wall. And then he is also given a swimmer, so that he can swim across the water. Okay, we're going to go ahead and build to seal off this gap so that he turns around. Okay, and then at this point, we're going to go ahead and mine down. And this will have the following effect. Because of the way the blocker field works, it will still turn the miner around, even though there is a tiny gap here. Okay, and that's important because we need the crowd to use the miner tunnel to get up. Okay, after they start bashing. Okay, and then after he turns around for the blocker, build up to the first miner tunnel. Well, technically it's the same miner tunnel for the same miner, since we only have one miner, and he needed to do both of this. Okay, we proceed to bash across here. He will pick up the bomber and the counter pickups. Okay, and again, he's a swimmer. Oh no, I'm sorry, he doesn't use the water. So here, after he falls, bomb him, so that it creates this hole wide enough so that the other lemming can fall down here. So in this case, I believe it would be the pre-placed lemming. Okay, so at this time, I send out another climber from the right entrance. Okay, and he's able to get through. Yeah, there's a big enough hole here. Big enough gap. Okay, and the reason for the bomber hole is because this climber is not a swimmer. We only have one swimmer skill here anyway, which was already given to the one that was the bomber. So at this time, we just go ahead and build, I believe, all 4 times. So all 4 builders are needed to get to the exit. And then he'll also proceed to collect the climber, swimmer, and basher pickup. And yeah, I was just wrong there. We technically had 2 swimmers, but one of them was a pickup. Yeah, one of them was available at the start, but the other one's not available until you pick it up. Okay, so that lemming will proceed to go to the exit. And then at this time, I go ahead and bash the crowd out underneath here. Okay, where they will use the step here on this pillar to get up here. Okay, and then at this time, I also bash with the left crowd as well, with this tree, so that they can use this basher tunnel that was made. Okay, the crowd will proceed to walk to the exit, but with the last lemming that comes up here, I bash to release the blocker. Okay, he was already a climber from the start, so he'll climb up. Okay, and then this last lemming that just released the blocker, he'll proceed to bash here. And then we're going to give him a swimmer and a climber, so that he's able to climb up here. And then swim across this water gap. And that is it. Very, very nice level here, with a very nice blocker trick on in mid-air. Yeah, at a gap in which the builder staircase is not completely sealed off. Pretty nice there. So it's just all about knowing about how the blocker turn field works. Alrighty, War 14. There's something in the water. Okay, this one ended up having a couple of background patches from another member who took up to solving the entire United pack shortly after I finished. Okay, and as you can see by the several replays that I had in there, yeah, that tells you how many versions it went through. In particular, this one-way wall, this one-way arrows that you see, yeah, that was the result of backward pouching. So here with the first lemming, I mine. This will cause one lemming to slip by. Okay, we give him a swimmer. Do something here. Oh, okay, I also give the swimmer a floater. Okay, here's some timing that is needed here. Okay, so just behind the miner, I block. Okay, and the position of the miner is a little precise here. Okay, we need to mine in such a way so that he still mines to the left, but at the same time, he also creates a hole from which someone can turn around and go down here. And again, that assignment is pretty precise. Okay, so at this time, I proceed to release the blocker with a walker. And he should be the only one that turns around in the miner tunnel to use this hole here. Okay, so that he falls over here. Everyone else would be continuing this pit here because the miner is just finished. Okay, this worker lemming that's here will proceed to pop up across this gap. But right here, I turn this lemming around with a walker, and I also give him a swimmer. Okay, so another trick here that is used, while this lemming is swimming, we're going to go ahead and bomb underneath this one-way wall. Okay, creating this hole in which we can platform across. Okay, so a lot of this is going to be some waiting. Platform across this gap. He's going to go ahead and turn around. Because there's still one more gap that we need to platform across, which is over here. Okay, and then finally all there's left to do is to bash out the crowd. And that is it. Very, very nice level here. It was already a very nice level even before this back route patch, but it's an even nicer level now. And certainly a much more decent challenge, as it still took me some time to figure this part out. Alrighty, Warfare Team, frame with the best skills. And if I am not mistaken, I believe this was also a contest entry. I don't exactly remember the rule here though. Although judging from the skill set, I believe it was just use the Neo-Lemmings skills only. Although there are floaters here, which isn't a Neo-Lemmings skill. It was one of the classic 8 original skills. So I don't exactly know what the rule was now. Okay, this one I say was a bit tricky. Not necessarily very difficult, but it was tricky. Alrighty, so the first lemming from the left entrance, I assigned him a disarmor skill. And then, what did I do? Okay, I also made him a glider. Okay. And then I proceed to clone the glider. Okay, who will platform across this gap. And then I also give a disarmor to the first lemming on the right entrance. Okay, he'll proceed to disarm this trap. Okay, I assign the next lemming from the left hatch a floater. And then I assign the next lemming from the right entrance a floater. Okay, this disarmer will proceed to glide down here. Who will proceed to disarm this trap. Yeah, I can see a lot of skill assignments coming in. So I clone this disarmor glider, who will proceed to platform across this gap. So, see if it helps if I zoom out here. Okay, this lemming is fine. This floater is also fine as well. They'll both walk to the exit. Okay, this glider will fall down into this platform here. Okay, this first lemming is a disarmer, so he'll proceed to disarm this trap. Okay, this lemming would not fall into the platform bridge, so we need to make him a glider. Okay, and this is also a disarmer, I believe. Yes, he's a clone lemming, so and the original was a glider and a disarmer. So he'll proceed to disarm this trap. And as a matter of fact, did I clone him as well? Oh no, he's the one who fell down from this one up here. Okay, so he'll proceed to platform across this gap, and then this lemming that's walking out to the right will also platform across this gap. Okay, this glider is also a disarmer, so he'll disarm this trap, And this one will also disarm this trap. And I did something here. I turned some... Oh, okay. I assigned him a walker. And the reason for that is because this is bad type right here. And these lemmings need time to platform across. Okay, so that they land on this platform here. Okay, and he'll disarm this trap here. And that's it. So as you can see, there's a lot going on here. So that's what can make the level pretty hard. And this level certainly took me some time to figure out. And we finished with shade underneath 2 minutes. Alrighty, War 16, Tomb Raiders. Okay, pretty easy level. The only difficult part is just getting the setup correctly. And this was, to an extent, one of my favorite levels as well. It just can be a little fiddly, yeah, just due to getting the setup correctly. But it is a pretty nice level, though. Okay, I haven't done anything yet. Okay, so we just want to make sure here. Okay, so with the first lemming that falls down, we stone. And then I make the next lemming in this entrance a climber. Okay, who will proceed to do the same thing. We're going to stone, but a little bit higher. Okay, this is a specific setup that we're trying to get here. Okay, and then the next climber is assigned to the lemming in this entrance while he's walking to the right. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stack. Okay, it's going to reach the ceiling, so he's going to turn around. Okay, build up to seal off this gap. Okay, and then at this time I send a climber from this entrance to the right. Okay, he's going to proceed to platform across this gap. Yeah, somewhat of a wide level, as you can see here. Okay, and at this time he's also going to platform across this gap. And then he is safe for the time being, since he's pretty much contained by the walls on either side. At least up here, he is. And yeah, I think at this time I just proceed to let this worker let me do all the work first. Okay, so I didn't bash through that yet. Okay, and then I platform across here. I believe there's a trap here. No, there's not. So, I wonder why I platform across there then. Oh, I know. Yeah, so that I can keep a basher going all the way through until we get to just before the trap here. Yeah, I knew there was a reason for it. I guess I forgot about it. Okay, so once he gets here, then we start bashing. And like I said, this platformer will be used so that the basher is able to go through all the way just before the trap. So as you can see. So we just need to help him by providing him some more terrain to bash through, so that he keeps going. And then of course we build over the trigger area of the trap. And that's it. So this worker lemming is safe and we'll proceed to walk into the exit. Okay, and then what I do? So at this time, something else happened. Okay, so I start mining with a lemming from this entrance here. Okay, and the stoners are set in such a way so that the miner will use them to keep on going. And he'll also use this builder bridge to keep going as well, to get to here. Like I said, this setup can be a little difficult to do. Okay, but it's pretty obvious that this needs to be done. Like, it's pretty obvious that the stoners need to go into these tiny holes here to help a miner go and get through. Okay, and the reason for the stacker here is that we're going to use one digger to get this crowd into this area here. Well, he's going to go through all of this. So, through here, through here, through here, through here, through here. Okay, and I'll proceed to do that right now. Okay, and the stackers are placed in such a way, well, at least this one. This is placed in such a way so that there is still some wall to the right, so that the lemmings will not walk into the water gap here. Okay, the crowd would just walk out to the left and then eventually down into this area here. Okay, and that is it. So now that the digger has dug through all this, they're able to get down here and then walk out to the right into the exit. So again, very, very nice level here. The only difficult part is just simply getting the setup correctly with the miner. Okay, War 17, Shatter Hill. Okay, this one I thought was also a pretty hard level, but only due to the very, very precise assignments at the very beginning. It's just made easier by the fact that there's only 3 skills here: builders, miner, and diggers. Let's go. Okay, and it's pretty much a one-screener as well, as you can see. Okay, so with the first lemming from the crowd, I mine to the right. Okay, so this is pretty quick here. So with the miner, I start digging right when he's at the edge. And then with the lemming that's pretty close by him, I dig a little bit to the side so that it cancels the first digger, but it also leaves a step as well. If I turn on CPM, yeah, you can see this tiny step that was made. Okay, and that's only achievable if you make the second digger a little bit off to the side from the first digger. Okay, and we already knew a digger canceling another digger from an early level in the pacifism rank. Okay, I believe the level was the order U-turns. Okay, so due to the way that the diggers were placed, it makes this wall here a 6-pixel wall, so that the lemmings can still climb out to the left, or rather step up to the left. Okay, and that's very important because if we don't have that, then the lemmings will be trapped down here. Okay, and then with one of the lemmings from the crowd that's still coming in, I build to the right. Okay, this will take 2 builders, I believe. Yes, it will take 2 builders. Okay, so I believe I let everyone fall into this pit here first. No, not everyone. So with this lemming right here, I start digging down. Okay, I'll just make sure here. Okay, yeah, same thing. So I place the second digger in such a way that it cancels out the first digger. Okay, but at the same time, it leaves a step so that the first digger can still climb out, can still step up to the left. Okay, and then another digger to cancel the second digger, but it destroys the remaining pixel wall to the right, so that the crowd is free. Okay, and with one of the last few lemmings, yeah, I start building up to the left, because this worker lemming needs enough time to get to the builder pickup, and also to forge the path to the exit. Okay, the remaining lemmings will take this detour here. Okay, and then when he gets to this part of the ladders here, dig down so that he falls down here, and then he'll build to seal off this gap and get the builder pickup. Okay, he'll turn around, but this gives him the crowd just enough time to get to the builder pickup before he gets to this gap here. Okay, but before we do that, we need to dig down here so that he falls down here and can walk out here. And then finally, with the builder pickup that was just collected, we use this last builder to get to the exit. And that's it. So, most certainly the hardest parts is this part right here, and also this part. And I think it's just a matter of using the fact that lemmings can still step up 6 pixel walls or less, but 7 pixels or higher, they would just simply turn around. So I think it's just a matter of counting pixels when you're digging. And then also just making sure that you use the fact that you can cancel diggers with another digger. Alrighty, War 18, United We Stand. Another very nice level here. I absolutely love this one. Somewhat difficult, but very, very nice level though. Let's go. And I believe this is a multi-entrance level. Yes, the second entrance is over here, where they're safely contained within the steel blocks and the one-way wall. Okay, so yeah, after the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 lemmings that come out at this entrance, I max out the release rate. Okay, and then with one of the last few, I start stacking against this wall. Okay, and then with the very last lemming that goes out to the left, I mine so that it creates this hole in the stacker so that the lemmings can still step out to the right. Okay, so the stacker will proceed to go to the right and seal off the gaps. So platform across here. Yeah, he'll turn around. Okay, the first lemming that comes here will be a swimmer. And then same thing with the lemming behind him, he'll also be a swimmer. Okay, and then since we don't have any more swimmers, we now need to contain the crowd by using a stacker. Okay, and again, same thing. Yeah, first lemming that gets up here, he'll mine to the left so that it creates this hole, in which we can use to platform across later on. Something else happened. Okay, so I make the first one over here a climber. Or rather, I assign a climber to him. And the same thing here, I give this swimmer a climber as well. Okay, and the first climber will bomb to make a hole in the one-way wall. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and platform across to seal off this gap. Same thing here, we're going to platform across this gap. And then do I mine them out? Yes, I mine them out right now. So I'll go ahead and use a miner here. Okay, but I do not yet mine out the crowd. So I only mine through this first. Okay, and then bash underneath the steel here. Okay, and then build up. Okay, he'll turn around. And then I mine out the crowd, I believe. Yes, so I go ahead and do that. Okay, and as has been the case for the last few minutes, this crowd over here is safely contained. There's a wall here so that they will just turn around, and the stack also will contain the lemmings as well. Okay, so this climber, we heard that he is also a swimmer, so he'll swim across this water gap. Okay, so we go ahead and build to the exit. He will turn around. And I believe I also make a landing platform for this crowd here. Yes, so I use a platform for that purpose. Okay, and then I stack so that it connects with the ceiling, so that he'll turn back around and walk towards the exit. Okay, a couple of Simons came in here. Oh yes, and then also build so that we can get over this wall. And then at the same time, I mine to the right to this one-way wall. Something else also happened. Okay, yes, and then at this time, I bash out the crowd to the left. Okay, it doesn't really matter if some of the lemmings slip by here after the miner finishes, because then all that's left to do now is to platform across using this hole in the stacker that we made earlier. So again, this is a very nice level. I absolutely love this one. Trick is not too difficult to figure out. Just some timing is needed. Alrighty, War 19. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this butchered, but I did use Google Translate for this. Kraft Unlit. I believe that's how you say it. And of course, as I said before, I do not know German, and I'm pretty certain that I did get the pronouncement wrong. and the translation is power and light. So again, I don't know German. I just simply used Google Translate before I started recording. So Kraft I'm pretty sure is how you say it, or I'm probably pretty close to it. Alrighty, so here we have 3 entrances, and as you can see, there's a lot of master traps all over the low. Alrighty, so 2 of the entrances are safely contained. The only one that's in immediate danger is this entrance up here. Okay, so first Lemming that walks down here, I give him a walker to turn around, and then he'll proceed to mine. Okay, and then just before the miner falls, yeah, I clone him. So now we have a miner going to the left. And then the next Lemming that falls down here, platform across, and then I also immediately clone as well. Okay, and then the miner that just fell down, he gets a floater, since this is clearly splat height. Something also happened. Okay, yes, and then the next Lemming up here, I give him a walker to turn around. Okay, as this miner still needs time to get underneath the trap trigger. Okay, and then the Lemming that's walking towards the exit, but is heading towards the trap first, he'll bash underneath the trap trigger. And then I also assigned another skill somewhere. Oh yes, when this platform is done, yeah, it's a pretty quick one. So, at this time, just before the platformer turns around, I stop him with a walker, and then I also give him a climber skill as well. So, that was 2 very quick skill assignments, which can be very difficult to see. Okay, and then just after he gets underneath the trap trigger, I clone this miner. Okay, and then I bash out this crowd to the left. Although technically it could work coming from the left side as well. Okay, and then just before this left miner breaks through, I give him a walker to interrupt him. Yeah, as we don't want Lemmings coming down here and walking into this trap. We want everyone else to turn to the right and to use the safe path that was forged. Okay, and then of course build across this gap, and then almost immediately I clone the builder. Okay, now that the builder is done, now that's all that's left to do is to bash out this crowd to the right, and that is it. So little tricky, well maybe not little tricky, can be difficult, but it's not like very hard. At least with the platformer and the builder skills, for example, those skills are very obvious. Okay, and then the last level for this video, Ward 20. Harkonnen Force, I think that's how you say it. Yeah, I know how to say the second word, I just don't know the first one. Alright, and then due to the drops here, the Lemmings will fall down safely. Yeah, because without it, the Lemmings will simply go splat. Okay, this one can be difficult as well. Where here I ended up using a very fiddly method of solving. Yeah, one in which it was not required at all in the solution. Okay, so the first Lemming that turns back to the left here, okay, I make him a climber. Okay, and then immediately when he gets to the top, I mine down, and then with one of the Lemmings that falls down here, I mine in such a way so that it cancels the first miner to the left. So here you're also seeing another skill in which you can cancel with another the same skill. We have already seen diggers cancel another digger, and here we are seeing miners cancel another miner. Okay, so the climber, the right-facing miner that gets here will mine down. Okay, and then I also join the first miner with the other one by mining as well. Okay, the first miner was placed in such a way so that it hits the steel block and turns around. We will proceed to mine out the crowd. Okay, the other one will go on ahead. Okay, because this is pretty much where I use some timing. Okay, so some very quick assignments here. So I mine with the first miner that gets up here. At the same time, I also send out a climber from the pit here. So these 3 climbers will go on ahead to forge the path for the others. Okay, and then when we get here, we mine down. Okay, and the next lemming will come at just the right time to turn around. Okay, so he'll proceed to mine out to the left. And then these 2 working lemmings will go on ahead. First one will use the red teleporter. Okay, and then these teleporters are paired in such a way so that same color goes with the same color. So this red teleporter will go to this receiver here. This blue teleporter will go to the blue one here, and so on. So it's very, very easy to tell which teleporter leads to where. Yeah, thanks to the color labeling here. Okay, so while this teleporter is busy, this will cause the next lemming to slip by it while using it, because he'll use the blue one instead. Okay, and then the one that comes out of the red receiver, he'll be given a disarmer. Disarm this Doom Worm Trap. Okay, so now that he's broken through, mine out to the left again. Okay, and then with this lemming down here, I give him a walker to turn him around. Okay, and then this lemming that's up here, when he's up here, I start digging down. Okay, and then I give him another walker to turn around. Okay, and since the digger has broken through enough of the wall here, the climber is able to get up and proceed to disarm this master trap. Okay, and then before I do that, I mine down so that anyone who uses the yellow teleporter can come up, can step up. Okay, and I believe these lemmings will just simply proceed to the exit. Actually, no, I think I do something else with them, since I still have 4 miners left. Okay, and then at this time, I go ahead and mine out the crowd to the right. Okay, and this part right here is absolutely unnecessary, where I place the miners in such a way and at such a time so that both miners cancel out each other, which is an extremely, extremely fiddly trick. Okay, and as I was told by Icho, it was absolutely not required. So in the end, I made my solution way more complicated than it needed to be. Okay, and then the first lemming gets here, but before he reaches the exit, start mining down. Yeah, so as you can see here, both miners were pretty much going at the exact same time. Okay, and so that was the only way that both miners were able to cancel out with each other. So it goes to show you that in New Lemmings, it is possible for miners to cancel out one another, or both. Yeah, we see miners cancel out one but not the other. But as we are just seeing here, it is possible for both miners to both be cancelled out. But again, it is an extremely fiddly trick, because you have to get the timing and positions exactly right in order for it to happen. And it is not very easy to do at all. Okay, and this is the disarmer, so he'll proceed to disarm this trap. So pretty much the first lemming that got here to mine was the disarmer. Okay, this climber here is not the disarmer. Okay, so they're stuck in an infinite loop for the time being. Yeah, I didn't do anything yet because I still had 2 miners. Okay, not sure what I'm waiting for here. Okay, so with one of the lemmings here, I mine out to the right. And then I immediately cancel him with another miner going to the left. Okay, so that everyone going to the right would turn around and use this exit over here. Okay, and that is it. So now it's just waiting for the other lemmings to go through the teleporters and walk to the exit. So there's a lot of time skipping that we can do here. So, difficult level there. Definitely not very easy at all. And one where I really, really overcomplicated the solution. Okay, so that was 10 levels. So I hope you enjoyed this video of the Lemmings United level solving commentary, and I'll see you all for the next one.